guys, I'm back and it's October, and you know what that means? Halloween. So I have on my Halloween shirt and Halloween socks. Super excited. Behind me I have my pumpkin candle going that everyone else everywhere has burning in their house right now, because who doesn't want their house to smell spicy and delicious? Every time I make a video, I'm like, I'm going to start making videos consistently now. Part of the reason I don't do that is because sometimes, for someone that deals with anxiety and depression, it's hard to just get out and do stuff, especially when the videos I'm making are talking about things that are not always the happiest things to talk about. So when I'm having a hard time, I just don't even bother with making them. That's just being honest. Not even gonna lie. Last month in September would have been my due date, and that made it a little hard, but it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. There were days that were harder than others, but I've just been trying to keep busy and trying to be present, and that's something that I'm not good at. Hence why I have anxiety, because I'm always worried about like what's going to happen, or like, oh my god, like we have to save money for a house or we'll be homeless, or like, oh my god, if I don't like eat right, then my insides will rot out. Like, that's my brain. Not great, but you know. So there were hard times, but there were also some really amazing things that happened last month. And we're gonna get to that. Before I get to all the amazing things that happened in September, can I just say, there must be something in the air, because all the people I follow that are TTC online, on Tumblr, on YouTube, are all pregnant. And two people that I know in real life are pregnant. My cousin and my best friend. As much as there's a little jealousy with that, I love both of those people, and they're both awesome, amazing people, and they're gonna be great moms. And while one of them lives in Texas, my best friend lives here, and I will get to see her baby all the time, and she said I can have as many baby cuddles as I want. So I'm super excited for her. I cannot wait. She's gonna have the cutest baby. Oh, so excited. So excited. So last video, I think I might have said that my doctor sent me to get an HSG. If I didn't, my doctor sent me to get an HSG test. And I was terrified, because you watch videos and you read things on the internet. I'm a chronic Googler. I know it's bad. My mom always tells me, do not go home and Google that. And I do. At night, in the dark, on my phone, which is horrible. Horrible. If you can, don't do that. Play a game. Do something. I don't know. Play Angry Birds instead. When my doctor told me to get it, you can only get an HSG done. See, I don't know if I said this last week. If I did, I'm sorry, and I'm gonna just say it again. You can only get an HSG at a certain time in your cycle. And when my doctor had told me to go get it, I was already too far along, so I had to wait till my next cycle, which sucked, because sometimes I have 48, 52-day cycles. And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to wait forever. This sucks. Miraculously, I had a 30-day cycle. I haven't had a 30-day cycle in forever, and I was so excited. No one has ever been this excited to bleed before. I was just like, oh, yes. And then it kind of sucked, because it was just this thing of, I called my insurance, like, oh, we don't cover this. And so then I called the hospital, and I was like, well, how much is this going to be if I have to pay out of pocket? And in a roundabout way, they're just like, oh, well, we can tell you like a breakdown. I was like, just tell me how much it's gonna be, so I can go like scrounge up quarters and stuff from under my couch to have enough money to pay for this. And finally my mom just said, you know what, just do it. Because if we needed help paying, I know that my parents would help us, and that we would pay them back. So she just said, do it. And so I did. And the day of, I was terrified because of my chronic Googling of like people saying that they passed out or they threw up, and that is like, the thought of passing out in public is like one of my things that gives me anxiety, so that wasn't too great. But I just put my big girl pants on and took a anti-anxiety pill and went and did it. And I think the pill really, really helped me, because to be honest, a lot of the actual procedure part is a little foggy now. And that's something that your body does when there's pain. It kind of just tries to forget things. But it definitely was not the most painful thing that I've ever experienced. Not that bad. It was not comfortable. It's not something I want to do every day, but it wasn't something that, if I had to do it again, I would do it again. It's really just, if this is something that's going to get me closer to having a baby, then I would do it. And that's just me being honest. When I went in, the lady talked to me and she had me put on my cool little outfit. And she asked me some questions, and then I sat on this big scary table. So the doctor came in and she said what she was going to do. And then everything started happening. First, she put in the catheter. That wasn't too painful. And then she did the dye. And that's the part where people have said that it's horrible, it's excruciating. And it was pretty painful. It felt really, really full and like tight. Like, it wasn't a cramp even. It was just like my uterus was full of something, which is exactly what was happening. And then she had me roll to one side, roll to the other side, and they took some x-rays. That was probably the most painful part because I think that's when they're putting a little more in and it's going through your tubes. And then she said, okay, we'll look over the results, then we'll send them to your doctor and they'll contact you. And then I got up, put on my big girl panties again, and the panty liner they give you, which is, I mean, this is probably TMI, but I am 25 years old. I don't like the feeling of wearing a diaper. It was horrible. It was terrible and I hated it, and that's why I don't use those, because one, they're bad for the environment, and two, I don't like wearing a diaper. So yeah, that was probably the worst part for me, was walking around like that, because you have to wear it for a little while after in case more of the dye comes out or you have a little bit of bleeding. So a diaper is what they give you. Pad. But, you know, diaper. After the HSG and the sperm analysis, it was just a waiting game, which I'm really, really bad at. I'm trying to get better, but I'm really bad at it. Finally, our appointment day rolls around. My husband gets off work early. We're in the car. We're driving. I'm like, this is happening. Like, we're going to find out everything. We get out of our track and we're driving down the street and I get a phone call and it's the doctor's office. I was like, okay, this is weird. I pick up the phone. Hi, why are you calling me right now? Oh, hi, yeah. Ooh. We're gonna have to reschedule your appointment. The doctor had to go do an emergency C-section, so how about next Friday? So I tell my husband, turn around, go home. So we had to reschedule to next Friday, which in the long run wasn't that bad, but in that moment I was so angry about it. And it's not her fault. It's not the lady who called me's fault. It's not the person who needed the C-section's fault. It's just how life goes. But in that moment I was not too happy about it. So we had to wait till next Friday. Next Friday came around. We're driving. No phone call. Yay. We get there, and it's right before they close. So there's no one in the office, which is really weird because my office is usually packed full of people and kids and babies, and it's crazy. And there was no one. It's just a ghost town. And then we got taken to a room, and we waited, and we waited, and we waited, and we waited. My doctor is amazing, and she gets on a very personal level with you and likes to talk to you. And that's great when she's in there talking to you, but when she's in the next room talking to someone else, it can be like, okay, like, speed it up. Like, come on, we don't need to know what you're making for dinner. But finally she came in and she told us our results. For my husband, she said that his results were all really good and that the one thing that the woman had said over the phone was bad was really not that bad. It was very, 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 very slightly under average, and she said that she didn't see it as being a problem. So all the time when I was just stressing over that, it really wasn't something that I needed to stress about. Which are most things that I stress about are not something I should be stressing about. And then the HSG. Let's look at some results. First of all, she said the shape of the uterus looked great. Then we go over to little Lefty. Lefty was looking great. My tube was open. Yay. Righty, on the other hand, who always seems to be causing trouble, was causing trouble again. Near the uterus, it was fine and open, and as it got farther near the ovary, it was blocked. You only need one, which is great, but little old Righty, every time I've gotten an ultrasound, that's the side I've been ovulating from, so that has me a little worried. He's also the side with a cyst, so he's just kind of a mess. It's okay, Righty. Still love you. After we went over, oh, I should probably take these off, huh? But after we went over all our results, we started to talk about what we were gonna do to move forward. And she's so cute. She's so excited about, like, let's see what we can do to make a baby. So we decided that the next step is Clomid. So next cycle, we will see what happens. I'm gonna start the Clomid on day 3 of my period and take it for 5 days, so all the way until day 7. She seems to be really confident that the Clomid is going to be what does it for us. And I'm really hoping that it is. And I'm hoping that I don't get terrible side effects, or that it'll be horrible. But if it is, oh well. If we get a baby out of it, then I guess I'll take the devil pills. She said while we were in there, now you know there's going to be like mood swings and hot flashes. And it was really funny because she didn't say it to me. She kind of said it more to Sean. Like, just so you know, like, expect these things. And he was probably thinking, like, mood swings, like, I can handle that. Like, she's already crazy, so, you know. What's a few more mood swings in there? I'm so excited that we're actually doing something now, and that we're so much closer. She said that it's a cumulative? Cumulative? Oh, hold on. Cumulative. Thanks. A cumulative drug, and so it can take a while for it to build up, or it could happen the first month. Me still being a pessimist, as much as I'm excited for this, and I think it'll work for us, I don't think it'll happen the first month. I think my body will need 2, maybe 3 months to get used to it and to integrate it into my system. But I'm so excited. I'm so excited that we're moving forward, and I cannot wait to see where this takes us. And I am, you are going to document what it's like being on Clomid. Because if this does work, I want to show that this worked. And if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. And I still have documentation that we tried. And that's the most we can do right now, is try. You can't force anything to happen. Worrying about it is not going to make it happen. All you can do is try. And that's what we're doing right now, and I'm so excited that we're finally doing that. Even if I have to take a scary, scary pill. So if you're watching this and you want to come along on this ride, I'd be super happy to have you, because like I said, everyone I know is pregnant. Now who am I going to talk about, like, peeing on stuff with? Like, boo. So if you're out there and you're peeing on sticks in your bathroom and staring at them for 20 minutes, let's be friends. The camera just told me it's done recording. I guess it's done listening to me, so thanks, camera. Do your job. Listen to what I have to say. But since my camera doesn't listen to me, I'd like to listen to you guys, and if you've taken Clomid, let me know down below how it was for you. See you guys next time. Bye!